Well, this is a big surprise. Skeletron has released its third 4-inch action figure, the Jungle Wolf Trooper, and this is made by Marauders, not actually Skeletron. They're just, I guess, coordinating it. You can see the artwork over there on the left, the figure on the right side in the bubble. Flip the box, or the card around. You can kind of take a peek at what's there. You got the Cross Sail, Blood Wolf, Red Weasel, the Robo Skulls, and the... I think these are all 4-inch based figures. We got the Wolf Trooper, the Skeletron. Yeah, we're still waiting on this guy. I hope we get this one. This is the one I'm most anxious for, is Skeletron. And so we're only seeing the 4-inch versions here. 6-inch sometime in the future. Different card, probably. I don't know if it's a different box or what, but they'll be in the future. Let's get this guy open. Here's the Jungle Wolf Trooper and accessories off the card. We're first going to look at these accessories, beginning with the large blaster rifle, then a smaller blaster handgun, a jetpack backpack of sorts. He comes with 2 space-style Wolverine claws, a helmet to hide those good looks, and a clear figure stand that has 3 pegs and a Skeletron logo on it. So this figure is decked out all in green and has camo all over. We're going to scoot these accessories off to the side. We're going to bring in the original Wolf Trooper. And as you can see, it is just a repaint of that figure. We're going to scoot them off to the side, put the green guy in the middle, and bring in Gyre Wolf. This is another figure that uses the exact same body or the exact same mold with different colors, although this color scheme is just freaking rockin'. This is awesome. I love the silver and black. It's so much better than any of the other things. But anyway, we are here to talk about the Jungle Wolf Trooper, not these guys, but I wanted to show them off at the same time. So we're going to gear this dude up and throw his helmet around. The helmet slides on usually pretty easy. The other figures it slid on really easy. There, now he's looking more Wolf Trooperish, isn't he? I think he's looking a lot more Wolf Trooperish. That helmet kind of makes me think Wolf Trooper. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to do some quick articulation. I know you probably don't really need to see this because it's the same as the others, but just in case this is your first video and you're not sure of the articulation, well, he can sit, he can split, he can thigh rotate, he can double pin at the knee while bent over, apparently, and he has a single joint at the elbow. It also rotates. He can hinge and rotate at the shoulder. He can go up this high. You can remove this upper vest armor piece if you would like to. And so that way, if that's too bulky or you don't like it or you just want to change something up, maybe put on this one, then you could do that. Let's see what else. There is a boot rotation down here. There is a hinge and a pivot at the ankle because in space, acrobatics is necessary. Really, is that as far as yeah, that's as far as he goes forward. In space, acrobatics are necessary. And he's got a rotation at the waist, and I think that is it. I think we hit, there's a rotation and a hinge at the wrist as well. And so you can do all these fancy cool poses. As I mentioned, this is created by Marauder Gunrunners, and I think he just passed out from heat exhaustion from my lights. But anyway, this is put out by Marauders. These figures, and I didn't grab a Marauders figure, I should have. These are a little bit taller than the figures they used to put out, or they do put out. I'm going to put the backpack on this guy. One thing I'm a little bit disappointed about in all of these figures is the looseness of the backpack. I mean, you can see I can twirl this like a spindle or something, but it will slide right off. I can do this and it falls right off. There is no grip. I don't know if it's the hardness factor. I'm not really sure exactly what does it, but it doesn't really take much for this thing to fall off. And so when you've got this guy geared up and you're moving him around, you can see how quick this thing falls off. It's really nuts. And that's a big disappointment. And the other 2 figures, they also do the same thing. Now, actually, this one, it doesn't fall off nearly as easy. And I think that's because they painted the peg with this gold. I don't know if it's painted. I think it is painted. They chromed it or they painted it with this, and that makes it a little bit thicker so it fits in the hole, I think, just a little bit better. As soon as that paint wears off, then I fully anticipate it not sticking in anymore. So his little small blaster will hook right there on his right thigh. There is a spot for it. I'm going to go ahead and give him the large blaster rifle, even if his fingers don't want to grip it. There we go. Kind of, sort of. And like I said, I have some difficulties getting these figures to stand, so it's a good thing they have a figure stand, because he's doing pretty good now. One thing I can't remember if I mentioned in my previous video with the other guys is that there is a spot on the backpack that you can attach these claws. That's pretty cool. So if he's got a gun in one hand and a claw in the other hand, well, what do? You need to store it somewhere, right? So you can put it on the backpack so that as he's adventuring and walking around, his backpack will fly off. And then he doesn't need to worry about the backpack or the claw. That's an awesome feature right there. It's like, abracadabra, make my backpack disappear. And apparently the claw won't stay on either. Come on. What is going on here? It's like, abracadabra, make my backpack disappear. Actually, make me disappear too. But look, the claw went too. So the claw doesn't really stay on very well either. Let's try the other one. Man, nothing's like staying on this guy. Okay, I've slid it into place, hooked it around the wrist, slid it in. This one feels tighter. And there it is. So let's just squeeze this, maybe squeezing it. I'm squeezing it. Squeeze it. And that seems to have helped a little bit. Will it be long term? I'm not sure how long that's actually going to help, because you might move it, you might take it off, you might put it on, and it just feels like, that's doing better than the other one. Let's put the other one, let's squeeze this one and put it on, because this is the one that was, that's still falling off. So I don't know if heating this up, squeezing it, and letting it cool, if that's going to help it or what, but man, we got some loose parts on this figure. I'm a little disappointed. I really like the idea. This is, a planet-based trooper. He's jungle, so he's not going to be flying around in a spaceship. He might to get to a planet, but then he's going to be down on a planet, right? So it's interesting that these are very sci-fi based, when I think the original Skeletron stuff wasn't that more Action Force, Earth-based. It seems like they've taken the story kind of like really sideways with these spacefaring space troopers of sorts. But anyway, this is the Jungle Wolf Trooper. Don't let me fool you. I think this guy looks awesome. I think he's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I was going to do some height comparisons. Can we do those real quick? Let's get rid of that figure stand. I've got a pile of figures. It's like a lot of times now, most of the videos taken up with height comparisons. Here's an altered beast from Jakks Pacific. Very nice. Everything's falling down today. Let's just knock it all down. We don't need anything today, right? Here's a Jules from Fortnite. Here's a Hiya Beachhead. Hiya Beachhead, how are you doing? It's a Boris Ping female figure who kind of doesn't want to stand, and you kind of can't see her. You get the idea. We've got a Joy Toy, more standard Joy Toy figure right there. And Black Snake from Weird Western Tales Chicken Fried Toys. By the way, quick little plug, if you haven't heard or you haven't, check out their latest Kickstarter for their Weird Western Tales and their horses. It's pretty awesome. I will leave a link in the description or the pinned comment below. That's a quick little plug. Here's an Eagle Force figure right there. Wow, he's a little bit shorter. Guess who this guy is for me, please? Here's a modern era. Can we even say modern era anymore? G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander, Battle Armor. From my point of view, he looks like he's potentially taller, or at least same height. From the camera point of view, he looks shorter. That's crazy. Here's a Joy Toy Ninja Turtle, who should be just a little bit shorter, because turtles are shorter, aren't they? And then finally, we have a Roman Legionnaire from Boss Fight Studios. These guys are awesome. I need to get a few more of these. These are some of my favorite figures right now. But anyway, there's some awesome height comparisons. Been throwing figures around, having a great time. A big old party. Jungle Wolf Trooper. I believe he will be available on the Skeletron website very soon, if not already. Whatever's left over. I don't know how fast this figure is going to sell out, but if you missed him, it's going to be time to buy him really soon. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and checking this figure out with me. I will see you in the next one.